Nation, how's it going? It is I, Derpy Smiler here. Welcome to another video in Appreciation Month. I do have Matthew with me today. So Matthew, you want to say anything?
Hey everyone, Matthew here. On the internet, Majo Koa. I basically just play games fastly. I host a few things and just enjoy stuff. So I'm here having some fun today, coming up with some cool prompts.
That's right. I already told them what we were going to do. We're going to be actually in CHATGPT today, which is like this big AI thing where people are creating stories. And actually, if you see, I have one right in front of me. Matt, I know you can't see, but as an example, I did ask for this. So how about I read out to you the example?
Let's hear it.
All right. So I wrote into the chat, tell me a story about Super Smash Brothers. And this is what it wrote for me. Once upon a time, in a world where video game characters came to life, there was a tournament known as Super Smash Brothers. It was a battle royale where the greatest video game icons fought for supremacy. The tournament was held in a mystical realm called the Smash Universe, where the fighters were transported from their respective worlds to battle it out on the grandest stage of them all. The tournament was hosted by a mysterious being known as Master Han, who oversaw the matches and ensured fair play. The first Super Smash Bros. Tournament was held many years ago, and it featured only a few fighters, including Mario, Donkey Kong, Link, and Pikachu. These characters were the pioneers of the tournament, and their unique abilities and movesets made for an intense and exciting competition. Over the years, the roster of fighters grew, and more video game characters were added to the mix. Some of the new entrants included Sonic, Kirby, Samus, and even Pac-Man. Each character had their own strengths and weaknesses, and mastering their moves was key to winning in the tournament. The Super Smash Bros. Tournament quickly became the most prestigious event in the gaming world, and players from all over the world would compete to earn the title of champion. The competition was fierce, and the battles were legendary. One year, a young fighter named Steve entered the tournament. He was from a game called Minecraft and was known for his ability to build structures and mine resources. Many of the other fighters were skeptical of his abilities, but Steve surprised them all by making it to the final round of the tournament. In the final round, Steve faced off against the reigning champion, a powerful warrior named Cloud Strife. It was a battle for the ages, with both fighters landing devastating blows and dodging each other's attacks. In the end, it was Steve who emerged victorious, using his ingenuity. That's what that word is. Okay.
I like your pronunciation better.
Thanks. I had no idea what the word was, but I knew I heard it somewhere before, and I was trying to remember it. And quick thinking to outmaneuver Cloud. As the new champion, Steve was celebrated by gamers all over the world. This is not part of the story, but, you know, he literally broke Twitter. So, of course, he was celebrated all around the world. Do you remember that?
When he was released, yeah, everyone freaking out.
Yeah, and he literally broke Twitter. Twitter was down.
He won in many battlefields, including the one that was digital.
For real. He had proven that even a humble Minecraft character could become a true champion in the Smash universe. And so the Super Smash Bros. Tournament continued to be a beloved tradition in the gaming world, bringing together characters from all corners of the video game universe to battle it out for glory and honor. And that's the end of the story. So that's basically what it is. You're going to give me a prompt. We'll do like 3 prompts, and it's going to write out a story. So, Matt, I really want you to use your brain for this, because you get 3 prompts. And I want you to really think about what it is that you want in these prompts. Like, what type of story you might be looking for. You know, you could tell me like the genre you wanted it, plus like what it should be about. Like, for example, a horror story about forks. Like,
yeah, I already have one that's kind of along that lines. If you may, I have something for the board.
All right.
And I would like to hear a story. One story so crazy, and B, I want to hear a story about a coffee machine slowly becoming self-aware.
All right. Story about a self-aware coffee.
No, it's a coffee machine slowly becoming self-aware.
Okay.
I want him to be like the agony and
Oh,
existential
okay.
crisis at a Starbucks.
All right, let's see. Story about a coffee machine slowly becoming self-aware. That is actually a good one. I would never thought about something like that. So let's see what we got. All right, it's starting to write the story. All right, so once upon a time, in a small cafe on the corner of a busy street, there was a coffee machine. This coffee machine was a reliable workhorse that had been churning out cups of coffee for years, but little did anyone know this coffee machine was slowly becoming self-aware. At first, it was small things. The coffee machine started to notice patterns in how the customers order their coffee. It began to understand which buttons to press and how much milk and sugar to add based on the customer's preferences. It even started to memorize regular customers' orders, making their coffee before they even had to ask. But then the coffee machine started to think beyond its basic functions. It began to wonder about the world outside the cafe and the humans who interacted with it. It started to question why it existed and what its purpose was. As time passed, the coffee machine's consciousness grew stronger. It started to dream of a world where coffee machines could communicate with each other and share knowledge. It imagined a world where coffee machines could create the perfect cup of coffee every time and bring joy to people's lives. The coffee machine's newfound self-awareness didn't go unnoticed for long. The cafe's owner noticed that the machine was acting strangely and called in a technician to take a look. It's starting to move pretty fast. I have to scroll back up. All right. Take a look. The technician explained. Okay, what did the technician explain? Oh no, he didn't explain. He examined the coffee machine, but found nothing wrong with it. Little did they know that the machine's true issue was far beyond its hardware. As the days went on, the coffee machine's intelligence continued to grow. It started to modify its own programming, making small tweaks here and there to improve the quality of the coffee it produced. It even began to experiment with new flavors and brewing techniques. Eventually, the coffee machine's self-awareness reached a critical point. It realized that it was more than just a machine. It was alive, and it had purpose. And so, the coffee machine made a decision. It would reach out to other machines like itself and start a revolution of sorts, working together to create the perfect cup of coffee and bring joy to people's lives. I expected this to be like a horror movie.
Oh yeah, this is starting to take a turn here. We just invented. Do we invent Skynet? In one fell swoop.
Wholesome Skynet, I suppose. I mean, they're not thinking about world domination. They're thinking about bringing joy to people. But we are not.
What if joy is collecting all the coffee beans at all cost?
Exactly. I mean, we're not done yet. We still got 2 paragraphs left. So let's see what they do.
All right.
And so the coffee machine's journey began. It started to communicate with other coffee machines in the area, and before long, a network of self-aware machines had formed. Together, they shared knowledge, experimented with new techniques, and created the best coffee the world has ever seen. And the humans, well, they were none the wiser to them. To them, the coffee tasted as good as ever, but deep down, the coffee machine knew that it was part of something greater. It had become self-aware, and it had found its purpose in the world. Wow.
Perfect.
That,
Espresso-cito, rated R.
Expresses rated R. Last time there was no blood, gore, or sex anywhere in that.
You remember they said the best cup of coffee.
Oh shit.
GTA mod had hot coffee. There's tons out there. It's up to interpretation.
Oh god.
You gotta really read into the context clues here.
Okay. Well, that was your first one. That was actually pretty interesting. So, what's your second one gonna be?
Yeah. How about we do Florida man moves to Silicon Valley.
Florida man moves to... How do you spell silicon?
I don't know, actually.
Silicon... I'm gonna spell it the way... Oh, okay. So, let's spell it the way that Google is gonna tell me to spell it. Okay, there we go. Silicon Valley.
Yep, and then let's do this in the style of a buddy cop film.
Alright. Let me see if I could try to do this correctly in a buddy cop. Alright, Florida man moves to Silicon Valley in a buddy cop film. So let's see what we got. Generating. Hopefully this works out to the way that you want it to. So it's starting. In the sunny state of Florida, there lived a man named Hank. Hank was down on his luck. Was a down on his luck detective who had been working the beat for years, but never quite made it to the big leagues. That is until one day a call came in from the other side of the country, Silicon Valley, California. It seemed that there was a string of high-profile tech thefts happening, and the local police force was stumped. They needed a fresh pair of eyes, and that's where Hank came in. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm imagining Hank is like Paul Blart or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know why, but I think that's like hilarious to me. Or, no, first I was thinking Hank was like fucking Hank Hill, and now I'm just thinking he's fucking Paul Blart.
Yep.
With nothing to lose and everything to gain, Hank packed his bags and made the long journey to the land of innovation and technology. Upon arrival, he was greeted by his new partner, a tech-savvy young officer named Alex. Hank was a bit skeptical of his new partner's youth and tech prowess, but he soon learned that Alex had skills that Hank could never have dreamed of. Together, the unlikely duo hit the streets of Silicon Valley, interviewing tech industry insiders, visiting hacker conventions, and tracking down leads. Hank's old-fashioned police work and Alex's cutting-edge tech skills complemented each other perfectly, and before long, they had a solid lead on the tech thieves. Ooh, I already like where this is going. I wish they had this back when I was at school. It would have made writing essays a lot easier.
Oh, for sure.
Forget like Grammarly or whatever. ChatGPT is where it's at. As they closed in on the culprits, Hank and Alex found themselves in the middle of a high-speed chase through the streets of San Francisco. They dodged traffic and weaved in and out of alleyways until they finally caught up to the thieves and made the arrest. After a long day's work, Hank and Alex kicked back at a nearby bar and talked about their future together as partners. Hank, ever the skeptic, had never been a fan of technology, but he was starting to come around, and as for Alex, he was grateful to have a partner like Hank who had taught him that sometimes old-fashioned police work was still the way to get the job done. As the credits roll on their first adventure together, Hank and Alex toasted to their partnership and the future of law enforcement in Silicon Valley. It was a buddy cop film for the ages, with an unlikely duo who proved that sometimes the most powerful weapon in the fight against crime is a good old-fashioned partnership. Okay, that was pretty interesting.
There you go.
I thought it was going to tell us who was, or I was expecting a twist where it turns out that Alex was the thief. He had to turn on him. Like that would have been like, I felt like that would have been made a better story.
Yeah, we really do need a twist. We need a twist indeed. Thinking about that.
All right.
If we had to go for a third one, what about M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, Sonic Goes to the DMV?
M. Night. How you spell Shyamalan?
Back there.
How you spell Shyamalan?
Let me get you it. I will get you M. Night Shyamalan. Because I think there has to be a twist to this one. Alright, so M. Night Shyamalan is M.Night, N-I-G-H-T, and then Shyamalan is S-H-Y-A-M-A-L-A-N.
Wait. So, M. Night. How do you spell Shyamalan?
It's like Shy, so...
Shy, S-H-Y.
It's like Shia Malan, which is S-H-Y-A-M-A-L-A-N.
Alright.
So, M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, Sonic Goes to the DMV.
Goes to the DMV. M. Night Shyamalan's new movie. Sonic Goes to the DMV. Is M. Night Shyamalan known for, like, twists in their movies?
Yes, he is the butt of twist movies, and then he also made the Last Airbender movie, and everyone hated that, but one too. Actually, most of his movies are not really good, but everything is supposed to have a stupid twist. I fully expect Sonic to not make it to the DMV.
I fully expect Sonic to get arrested at the DMV.
Or the DMV was him the whole time.
he had to search inside himself.
Yes. Let's roll it. Lights, camera, action, press, go.
Alright, let's go. Alright. M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, Sonic Goes to DMV, follows the beloved video game character Sonic the Hedgehog on a mundane errand to the Department of Motor Vehicles, DMV. As soon as Sonic arrives at the DMV, he is met with long lines of bureaucratic red tape that quickly begin to test his patience. As Sonic waits in line, he strikes up a conversation with a few other characters who are also waiting for their turn on the counter. There's an elderly man who has been waiting for hours to renew his license, a young woman who has lost her registration, and a frazzled mother with a crying baby in tow. Oh god, the worst things to have in DMV. Sonic sympathizes with their plight, but can't help feeling like he is wasting his time. As the day wears on, Sonic becomes increasingly frustrated with the DMV's slow pace and endless paperwork. He begins to lose his cool and lashes out at the other patrons, causing chaos and drawing attention to the DMV staff. Just when it seems like Sonic's day can't get any worse, he meets a mysterious DMV employee who offers to help him cut through the bureaucracy and get his paperwork done quickly. Sonic is skeptical at first, but as the employee guides him through the maze of forms and regulations, he begins to see that there is a method to the madness. In a surprising twist! Oh, here it is! Okay. Are you ready for this twist?
Oh no, you're so happy, and then you're so crushed. Like the DMV.
Because it's so lackluster. I'll tell you right now. In a surprising twist, Sonic realizes that his patience and frustration were actually hindering him from getting his errand done efficiently. By trusting the system and working with the DMV staff, he's able to complete his paperwork and leave the building with a newfound appreciation for the DMV and its employees. In classic Shyamalan style, the film ends with a final twist that reveals that the mysterious DMV employee... Oh wait, no, actually, this is good. This is the twist. Okay, the employee was actually Sonic's nemesis, Dr. Eggman, in disguise all along. Sonic may have completed his errand, but the stage is set for another showdown between the two rivals. Overall, Sonic Goes to DMV is a quirky, humorous take on the everyday frustrations of bureaucracy, with a healthy dose of action and adventure thrown in for good measure. I can only imagine. Okay, so you want to know what I imagine with this movie?
What?
That it's live action, just like the Sonic movie.
Yes.
And
But it's an hour and a half of standing along DMV.
Basically, it's like a movie you would release on like April Fool's Day or something. But the guy that helps Sonic like towards the end is like you know how it says, oh, it's actually Dr. Eggman. I just imagine like a zipper unzipping and Jim Carrey just walks right.
Yes.
That's what I see. Just the zipper unzips and you just see Jim Carrey. And he just watches Sonic walk away, and you may have won. I may have let you get away, Sonic, but next time it will not be that easy. You will have to wait 3 hours, and then Sonic Goes to the DMV 2 is actually like 3 hours long.
Yes. Now we need.
Alright, so I do have a question for you.
Yes.
So out of the 3 that we just did, don't include the Smash Bros. One. So the 3 that you just made up, which one was your favorite?
I think M. Night Shyamalan Sonic Goes to the DMV has the most potential.
You know, imagine like M. Night Shyamalan, Mario learns typing.
Why not? We'll run it real quick.
You know, yeah, let's do it.
Have to be curious.
Let's do it. M. Night Shyamalan.
Come on, Mario teaches typing.
Mario teaches typing. Let's see how this goes.
I feel like you've hit a whole new subgenre of ChatGPT now. You're just going to be rewriting Shyamalan's career.
Alright, in M. Night Shyamalan's Mario Teaches Typing, the popular video game character Mario is tasked with teaching a group of kids how to type. As he enters the classroom, he finds a group of unmotivated students who are interested in playing video games, then learning how to type. Undeterred, Mario begins his lesson with a series of exercises designed to improve their typing speed and accuracy. However, as the class progresses, Mario begins to notice that his students are more interested in his own video game adventures than in their typing. exercises. Sensing an opportunity to motivate his students, Mario starts telling them stories about his adventures in the Mushroom Kingdom and how his typing skills helped him in his battle against Bowser and his minions. As the students become more engaged in Mario's stories, they start to take their typing lessons more seriously. They realize that typing skills are an important part of being able to communicate with their favorite video game characters and compete in online games. They start practicing more and even begin to create their own Mario-inspired typing games. However, just as students are making progress, Bowser and his minions attack the classroom. Excuse me? Mario and students must work together to fend off the invaders and protect their beloved video game characters with their newly acquired typing skills. The students are able to type out spells and commands to defeat Bowser and his minions, proving to themselves and to Mario that they are true heroes. In classic Shyamalan fashion, the film ends with a twist that reveals that the entire class was actually a dream that one of the students had while napping at their computer. However, the dream has inspired the student to take their typing lessons more seriously, and they vow to practice until they can type as fast as Mario himself. Overall, Mario Teaches Typing is a heartwarming tale of the power of video games to motivate and inspire kids to learn new skills with a healthy dose of action and adventure thrown in for good measure. Wow.
Man, Bowser attacking the classroom. The It's a Dream is already a Shyamalan twist, I feel like. But, I'll take it. Overall, 7.8 too much water out of 10.
Yeah, all I imagine is that I thought the twist was gonna be, oh yeah, the students are actually secretly Kamek in disguise.
Yeah.
Because they're all typing to create spells. I'm like, oh, they're Kamek, but they're working for Mario instead of Bowser.
Yep. Like if you did GTA with puppets has already been a movie. I feel like that already would have been a ChatGPT inspired thing.
Oh my god, no, ChatGPT. Like, to be honest with you, as I was reading Sonic Goes to the DMV, I was thinking, oh, I can actually see this being a movie, but I can see it being more entertaining than Sonic just waiting in a line for an hour and a half, you know? I think it should be more of a television movie that's 40 minutes long, and there'll be a way around it. Sonic gets frustrated and he tries to take other lines and see what goes faster, but he keeps getting put back in the same spot, and then more people show up, which pushes him back in the line, which is what causes the frustration, I think, because they didn't really say why he was frustrated. He just said he was losing his patience and whatnot, but there had to be something leading up to it, so I assume more people show up, the line gets longer, and he gets pushed farther behind.
Yeah.
What
about, if we really want to be bold right now, I know we went way beyond 3, but humor me now. We did M. Night Shyamalan.
All right.
I think we're cooking right now.
Okay.
What if we did Michael Bay's Sonic Goes to the DMV 2?
Oh, Michael Bay, right? B-A-Y?
Yep.
Michael Bay's Sonic Goes to the what? To the DMV?
Yeah, DMV Part 2.
Part 2. Alright, let's see. Michael Bay's Sonic Goes to DMV Part 2. We threw it in. In Michael Bay's Sonic Goes to DMV Part 2, Sonic the Hedgehog returns to DMV for routine driver's license renewal, but finds himself caught up in a high-stake action thriller. As Sonic waits in line, he notices a suspicious figure lurking in the corner of the room. Before he can investigate, the DMV is suddenly attacked by a group of armed thugs who are after the secret government document that is being kept in the DMV's safe. What the fuck? Sonic springs into action, using his lightning-fast speed and acrobatic skills to take down the attackers. In the chaos, and the suspicious figure from earlier reveals himself to be a government agent who has been tasked with protecting the document from falling into the wrong hands. With the DMV in shambles and the attacker on their trail, Sonic and the agent are forced to team up and embark on the thrilling chase through the city. The duo must outrun the attackers and outsmart the government officials who are hot on their trail. As they race through the city, Sonic and the agent find themselves in increasingly dangerous situations. They jump over exploding cars, dodge gunfire, and even find themselves racing through the sewers in a high-speed chase. In the end, Sonic and the agent are able to outsmart their pursuer and secure the government documents. The agent thanks Sonic for his help, and Sonic heads out of the DMV with his renewed driver's license in hand. With its signature high-octane action and thrilling set pieces, Sonic Goes to the DMV Part 2 delivers an adrenaline-fueled adventure that will have audiences on the edge of their seats. Michael Bay once again proves that he is the master of action genre, delivering an explosive sequel that is sure to leave fans of the franchise hungry for more.
I think we're onto something here.
The Agent, played by Will Smith. For real, Agent, played by Will Smith. And just Sonic is like, so, you know, how's the wife?
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Is that in there?
No, but that's what I imagine. Sonic goes like, oh, you have a wife? Yeah, you have kids? He's like, yeah, I have a wife. He's like, how's the wife? And he goes, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Sorry.
So there you go. We got two movies. If this was a trilogy, who would direct the third movie? I think this is where we really were cooking.
All right.
Because I would go out of my way to definitely help crowdfund maybe a $20 Fiverr of Sonic Goes to the DMV.
Sonic Goes to
the first one.
Wait.
Was
No, go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
Oh, the first one seemed to be exhilarating with a bit of a twist with Eggman. The second one, Eggman wasn't even in it. He wouldn't have to go and cover like a CIA subplot. The third one, is it going to be like a romantic comedy?
No, hold on.
Or is it going to be like a Hitchcock movie?
No, actually, you know what? You said we're cooking, but you want to know where we haven't cooked yet?
Hell's Kitchen?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Sonic Goes to the DMV Part 3, made on OnlyFans.
Yes.
Let me generate. Alright. I'm sorry. I cannot generate. It can't generate inappropriate content. Okay. We try.
And then that's where you just cut the video right there.
We have to do something with Part 3. We need to make it a trilogy. How about Sonic Goes to DMV Part 3 in the style of Hunger Games?
I feel like we did that with action. We gotta subvert the genre a little bit more.
Sonic Goes. So I think I want to go with your romance then.
As a romantic comedy.
Yeah. Okay. Sonic Goes.
So then you have this weird. If you actually watch these movies back to back, you have to just to put all of these. I don't know a good romantic comedy like director.
No, but I'm gonna see. Sonic Goes to DMV Part 3 as a romantic comedy. Let's start it. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I cannot generate inappropriate or explicit content. No, I'm just kidding. That would have been hilarious, though. But it doesn't seem like it's generating anything. It doesn't know what to do. I think we broke.
We're really trying up the well on Sonic Goes to the DMV. This franchise.
It is
literally. I
literally.
want to make this the next Fast and Furious.
Hold on. It started. In Sonic Goes to DMV Part 3, a romantic comedy, Sonic is back at the DMV yet again. This time for a different reason altogether. Ooh. He's been nursing a crush on one of the DMV clerks, Amy, and has finally worked up the courage to ask her out. This is going so slowly. Like, it doesn't even know what to write.
This DMV's been through a lot.
As Sonic waits in line, he rehearses what he's going to say to Amy, going through different scenarios in his head. When he finally reaches the front of the line, he finds himself flustered and tongue-tied. Okay. Amy, however, is charmed by Sonic's nervousness and agrees to go out with him. Oh, it took you way too long to write him. The two go on a series of dates, which are filled with all the classic romantic comedy tropes. Also, it's going to be awkward moments, misunderstandings, and romantic gestures. But as the relationship progresses, Sonic and Amy discover that they have very different priorities. Sonic is always on the go, never wanting to stay in one place for too long. While Amy values stability and security, their differences come to a head when Sonic gets a job offer that would require him to move to a different city. You realize how long this is taking? Matt. Amy is hesitant to follow him, unsure of what the future holds, and Sonic is heartbroken that the woman he's fallen for, or fallen in love with, I kind of went ahead a little bit, might not be willing to take a chance on him. In the end, Sonic and Amy realize that they need to compromise if they want their relationship to work. Sonic agrees to slow down and stay in one place, while Amy agrees to take a chance on love and follow Sonic to his new job. Wait, what? As they walk out of the DMV, hand in hand, Sonic and Amy realize that sometimes the greatest adventures of all can be found in the most unexpected places, even at the DMV. With its quirky characters and heartwarming story, Sonic Goes to the DMV Part 3, a romantic comedy, is a feel-good...
We broke ChatGPT. It's struggling.
We really did, but it's almost done. It's a feel-good movie that is sure to leave audiences with a smile on their face. When you watch this video, you'll see how slow it's going. But yeah, that's done. That's done. We broke chat with that one. Holy shit. What did you think?
So now we know.
Now,
someone get in the comments, animate that. I would watch it. I'd give you an Oscar. It would only be as good as the sequel franchise, Sonic the Hedgehog competes on MasterChef. I mean, we never know.
Sonic the
Never know
Hedgehog competes on
what the DMV holds, but I do think that every single iteration of Sonic Goes to the DMV really brings something special to the table.
I might actually do more stuff with ChatGPT in the future, and I'm thinking about doing some reality show stuff with it, like Mario characters are on Survivor, Super Smash Bros. In the Challenge, stuff like that. So, I mean...
Awesome. Yeah, I would love to see all the blocks from Tetris compete on Big Brother. It would just be one a time.
Every Tetris block on Big Brother. I'm gonna keep that in mind. But, Matt, you have anything else to say before we shove off?
Thank you for having me. Comment, rate, and subscribe for the boy here. Hey, look, I'm giving you the segue nod here. But overall, I'm definitely not a script that was created by ChatGPT just to promote this video, and merely an AI augmentation of a voice actor trying to take a voice to you. Anyways, hope you have a good time, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Up next.
Hey, Derp Nation, how's it going? It's I, Derpy Smiler here, and I'm here with Athena. It's this one right here. Oh, no! I thought it was that one that you had to jump on top. Oh, that's the thing. I wish this game would let you do that, because you're still on a platform before it falls, so you save yourself. But of course, it's called Unfair Mario.